Hello? Hello?
Podcast Network Asia.
Hey guys, before we head on to the rest of the episode, I'm sure some of you guys are wondering how we collab with brands here in Small Talk. And with that, we use Podmetrics. If you have a podcast, sign up now at podmetrics.co and use the code SMALLTALK, one word, all caps, and in that little way, you can help support the show as well. Oh, and if ever you're an advertiser who wants to collab with Small Talk, head on over to advertiser.podmetrics.co and fill up the form. Again, that's Podmetrics, the easiest way to monetize your podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca, and before anything else, I would like to welcome you back to the episode, to the program, to the show. If this is your first time, then welcome back to the show. Welcome to the show, and I hope you like this episode. If you do, then go ahead and check out the other amazing episodes because they have a lot of amazing insights in them as well. If you are an avid listener of the podcast, then welcome back. Kamusta? I hope that you are having one of the greatest weeks or month in 2021. I know it's still early, but I made a video on TikTok which I said that, even though 2021 might have started way different on what we expected, I truly believe that March may be the month that will turn your life around. And I want to talk about this episode where we talk about people who run from their problems, because I feel like everybody has the capacity to change. Everybody has that opportunity to become a better person. But most of us, we want to run. We want to run away from our problems, from our struggles. We want to run away from the pain that life is throwing at us. And I've said before, there are three ways that we can deal with pain. First is we try to avoid it. We go to sleep more than 8 hours a day. We fill ourselves up with work. We try to do other things that makes us occupied so that we don't have to deal with the pain. Or we distract ourselves from the pain. We try to watch all the shows on Netflix. We try to meet people, make our lives very interesting so that we don't have to deal with the pain. But the problem with the two of those is that even though we do these things, the problem is still there. And I cannot promise to eradicate all the problems that you have, but I can promise you this. The pain can transform into something very beautiful. But that only happens when you face it. And so this episode is just a plead for you to stop running away from your problems. And you might be thinking, Alec, I don't even know if I'm running away from my problems. I mean, I'm perfectly happy. Like right now, I'm happy. I'm having a great coffee. I'm having a great morning. I had a great day. But even though, despite feeling this certain happiness or being in this certain position, we might consider ourselves avoiding or distracting ourselves. We might be blindsided and we won't see and hindi natin nakikita na we're still avoiding and distracting the pain. So what are some of the things or signs that you may say that you are avoiding or distracting the pain? So today we're going to talk about, first is different signs. 5 signs that you are running away from your problems instead of dealing with them. Ito yung mga bagay na hindi natin nakikita, na ginagawa pa rin natin. Sabi natin, masaya na tayo, okay na tayo, hindi natin kailangan ayusin yung problema natin. Pero ginagawa pa rin natin itong 5 to. But if you are doing these things, that means you are not dealing with your problems. You're just trying to avoid it, or you're just trying to distract yourself from your problems. So the first one is you're always trying to change the subject. if you've dealt with someone hurting you, or someone abused you, someone cheated on you, and every single time the topic comes up, you always try to change the subject. You're not open in trying to talk about it. Healing is very painful. And as much as we want to heal, we also don't want to feel the pain. But acknowledging that the pain exists, that the pain is there, that the pain happened, is the first step to actually healing. That's when real healing starts. So whenever the topic is about the pain, we try to talk about other stuff. We say, I'm not ready yet. And it's okay. Maybe hindi ka pa nga handa. Pero kailan pa? Because the more you are bottling up that problem of yours, the more you are trying to conceal that problem of yours, that it didn't happen or it never existed, mas napapatagal lang yung pag-heal mo. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for myself. And before I tried, I said na, okay, hindi ko na pag-usapan. I'll just act na it didn't exist. But there's a huge difference in acknowledging that it existed and pretending that it never existed in the first place. Let's be real. It did happen. And we need to be open about it to ourselves. That's the main metric that we can use to say that we have forgiven ourselves. Wait, what, Alec? Forgive ourselves? I thought we're going to forgive the other person for doing that. No, I believe that most of us are actually hurting because we are not ready to forgive ourselves that we let that thing happen. And a part of us blames us for letting that happen. And so I want you to not just forgive the other person that hurt you, but also forgive yourself for letting it happen. Be kind to yourself. And when you're ready to talk about it, when you can sit down and talk about it to another person with all the truth, nothing but the truth, you'll feel a lot more lighter. Much, much lighter. Parang hindi mo na tinatago yung nararamdaman. Parang hindi mo na tinatago yung sakit na nararamdaman mo. You acknowledge it and you accept it. But that's the first sign, We're trying to always change the subject. And if you see that you're doing this, it's okay. It's normal. But this is actually one sign that you are running away from your problems. And if you're not seeing this, maybe you have a friend na kita mo ginagawa niya to. That's a sign that he's not ready to move on yet. That's a sign that he's not ready to heal yet. He's still in the shock mode. He still doesn't know how to process what happened to him or her. And so I want you to take a further step towards healing. I want you to try to be honest about it. I know it's painful. It's one of the most painful things to do, is to try to be honest with yourself and don't look for any justification. Just accept that it happened and you don't need any closure for it. And when you do that, you can talk about it. And I'm not saying that you go out there and spread the pain around. I'm not saying that. But if the opportunity arises that you can talk about it, please do. There's no point in bottling it all up. The second sign that you are running away from your problems is you often turn to substances to make you feel better. Your vices, your addiction. Whether you turn to video games, no, hindi lang pala chemical substance, but even your addictions. Binge watching Netflix, binge playing on computer or your cell phone, whether it's League of Legends, Valorant, Dota, or even ML. You turn to these things to make you feel better, to chase that certain high that you want to feel. Worse, if it involves your vices, if it involves smoking, if it involves drinking, if it involves doing drugs. When you do these things, your brain releases dopamine, and dopamine is the feel good chemical in your body. But that dopamine, that kind of high will always go down. And when it goes down, hahanapin mo ulit. And then that's the moment that you'll be dependent on it. You want to feel happy, you want to feel high, you want to feel better. But the method that you are doing, which is doing substances, it's wrong. It's never gonna work in the long term. You're gonna ruin your mental health. You're gonna ruin your physical health, and you're not dealing with your problems. You're just hoping that a great high will come into your life that will erase the problem, but that's not how it works. That's not how life works. You need to let go of your substance abuse. You need to let go of your addictions, your vices, the different methods of you trying to distract yourself from the pain, trying to think or make you believe that it doesn't exist, because it does. I know a lot of people who enjoys these things because they feel like nothing is wrong with their lives. But that pursuit of trying to feel the high is very demoralizing. It's something that you don't want to have in the long term, because once it's all gone, and trust me, it will. Maybe masira na yung finances mo, hindi ka na makakabili ulit ng mga ganun bagay. Maybe yung mga kasama mo nagaganon, hindi na ulit nagaganon. What then? You'll fall into this vicious cycle na you'll feel bad about yourself for doing these things, but you still want to do it. You know it's wrong, but you still want to do it. Just one more hit. Just one more sip. Just one more try. Just one more. But that one more will always lead to one more. And until when? Until your life is completely thrown out of the window? Until your life has come into something na hindi mo na maibabalik, whether it's sakit or talagang there's something wrong with you na? Until when? Until when will you say, one more? If that's the second one, you turn to substance abuse, or you turn to substances to make you feel better. That's the second sign that you are running away. The third sign is you'd like to get away as often as possible, and this is something that I have, been dealing with or been struggling with recently. As some of you may know, I've gotten a major change in my life. I'm now single. My long-term relationship is now gone. And I've been trying to get away as often as possible. Like, I want to get away from Olongapo. I want to get away from my hometown. I want a fresh restart. I want to go to Tagaytay, Baguio, all of these places para lang mawala yung sakit. And don't get me wrong, those things are important. Those things are fun, and you should do those things, but only for the right intentions. If you want to do these things, do those things, and for the sake of exploring the world, then that's good. But if you want to do those things for the sake of getting away from your problems, one way or another, the problems will follow you wherever you go. Truth is, the demons that you have will always chase you. And kahit mag-ibang bansa ka pa, andyan yan, hahabulin ka niyan. So it's better if you just be there, turn around, don't go any further, turn around, and face them. I'm not going anywhere. I know my demons are not going anywhere, but I'm going to face them. I'm going to walk away. I'm not trying to get away. I'm going to walk away from them. I won't try to find a new place. I won't try to find a new, a new thing that can make me feel better. I'll just acknowledge that these demons exist, and I'll try to live with them every single day. But that's the thing. I want to share this. Isingit ko lang din. That's the thing. We can face your problems. We can deal with our problems. A lot of us think that we don't have the strength to do it. But trust me, my friend, you are way stronger than you think. You've just gotten so used with this pattern that you're weak, that you're not enough, that you're not that strong. But trust me, you are. And you'll see that once you are faced with the option of being strong. When you have no option to be strong, you will be strong. And that option will only come if you face your problems. So stop running away. Become who you were meant to become. Don't fight, don't resist. The struggles, the pain of change, whatever aspect in your life, you're experiencing it. You face it and you muster all the strength that you have to get through it. And trust me, I promise you, you will. So please do that. So that's the third sign that you're running away. Trying to get away as often as possible. The quick trip to Tagaytay won't fix it. Take my word for it. The fourth sign that you are running away from your problems is that you don't open yourself up to new relationships. Whether it's with your family, with your friends, or with a new partner, perhaps. And I know this is very controversial. A lot of people might say na, we shouldn't be entering a new relationship just because we're healing, diba? We might be projecting the pain dun sa tao na yun, and we're trying to find the void dun sa tao na yun. That's true. And I'm not saying that you should go into a new relationship with another person. All I'm saying is you open up the possibility that there is someone out there that will complement you, that will be beside you as you heal throughout the journey. And this may not be in a form of romantic love. This might be in a form of your friends or your family or even just yourself. But again, we hold on to the different versions that we have before. And so we think that we shouldn't open up ourselves to create new, meaningful relationships. The main point of us trying to love ourselves is to actually be able to build meaningful relationship, because that's the only point that we can say na we've already healed, is when we can build more meaningful relationships sa paligid natin. That's when we create a new version of ourselves, when we can share it with other people. So right now, maybe hindi mo pa kaya na i-open ang sarili mo. But you gotta understand that this, you being close to other people, it's not gonna be forever. And I know a lot of people are scared of committing again. A lot of people are scared to create relationships again because they might be disappointed. They might be, they might go into this pain again, go through this pain again. But that's you projecting the pain that you don't want to deal with. You gotta be able to say sa sarili mo na, okay, that's very painful, but it happened. And wala na akong magagawa doon. All I can do right now is move towards the future with all the lessons na dala ng pain na yun. And you can do that, my friend. You can do that. And the last one, the last sign that you are running away from your problems is you'll say that you'll start tomorrow. You'll start healing tomorrow. You'll start to become better tomorrow. My friend, if you truly want to change your life for the better, it starts now. Not later, not tomorrow. When we do that, we try to be better, but the more we try, the more we fail at it. So instead of trying to be better, just be better right now. Your problems are not going to fix themselves. And tomorrow won't fix them either. So make a decision. And this, my friend, if you are experiencing any of these signs, the chances are you are not dealing with your pain very properly. Or you might be dealing with it, but it's taking you a longer pace than you expected. And I'm here to tell you that it can change. It can be faster. It can be better. It can be more meaningful. It can become more meaningful. And that happens when you say, nah, okay, this is the last podcast I'm gonna hear for me to actually deal with the things that that I need to deal with. Life is a series of moments. Every single life-changing event in our lives happens in a moment. The moment that we say I do, the moment that you learn that your friend has died, the moment that you found out that your partner cheated on you. It takes a moment to change your life to become worse. But I'm here to tell you that it also takes a moment. It also just needs a moment for you to actually change your life for the better. It's the moment when you say to yourself that enough running away, enough avoiding and distracting myself from the pain, enough. I'm tired of running away. I'm tired of not dealing with the pain, trying to make myself feel better. And just sit down there and acknowledge all the pain that you have been feeling for a very long time. It all goes back to the backwards law. The desire for a more positive experience, a desire to remove the problem isn't itself a negative experience. But when you sit down, when you slow down and reflect, and just be there with your problems, feel the pain, struggles, challenges. That, my friend, will teach you strength na hindi mo makukuha kahit saan. And that strength will last for a lifetime. So be there for yourself. Choose yourself by not running away, by not distracting yourself, by dealing with the problems that you need to deal with. It only takes a moment. And I want you to make a promise to yourself right now. This is the moment where I say enough. Tama na. Harapin ko na yung mga dapat kong harapin. Because my friend, that's the first step where you see real progress in your healing journey. And I want you to heal from whatever you're trying to heal from. I want you to turn the pain into your passion, into your purpose. I want you to turn your struggles into your strengths. I want you to turn your tests into your testimonies. And that starts by you dealing with your problems. Stop running away. Make a decision. This moment right now. Enough is enough. And that's all I have for you for this episode. I hope that you enjoy this one. If you do, then I hope that you go share it with the people around you. I hope you share it with your friend. I hope you share it on social media. Tag me on Instagram at Small Talk Podcast. If you have, as I've said, these past weeks have been very hard for me, but all the messages that I've been receiving from you guys, na napansin nyo nga na merong iba, na merong ibang aura or ibang vibe, I really appreciate it. Hindi ko na kayo isa-isahin, pero salamat sa lahat na nagsasend ng message. Maraming salamat sa inyo. And with that, you guys push me to create more content like this. To heal myself. To become a better person. Not just for myself, but for everyone who needs to hear the message that I have to say. So thank you guys. And thank you so much for listening. This is Alec Cuenca I'm the host of Small Talk, Small Conversations with Huge Impact. And I hope that you guys have an amazing life ahead of you. And I will talk to you guys next episode. Bye-bye.
The views and opinions expressed by the podcast creators, hosts, and guests do not necessarily reflect the official policy and position of Podcast Network Asia. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are of their own opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything.